So, you've heard that there might be forced labor in your supply chain. It's a real possibility. Forced labor, or modern-day slavery as it is also called, still exists, and it presents a major risk to companies. But what exactly is forced labor, and how does it happen? Give us just 5 minutes of your time, and we'll explain. First, let's check the facts. The International Labor Organization estimated in 2012 that over 20 million people are engaged in forced labor worldwide. Forced labor is found in many sectors and in nearly every region of the world. Forced labor is a crime that is getting more and more attention. California passed a law saying that all companies with revenues over $100 million that do business in California must disclose how they combat forced labor in their supply chains. President Obama announced an executive order in 2012 saying that goods and services purchased by the U.S. government must not have forced labor in their supply chains. Foreign governments are paying increased attention too. Okay, we know it's there, but how do you know what it is? And what kind of risk does it present for your business? Simply put, a person is a victim of forced labor if they entered a job against their will or without their consent, and they can't leave that job without facing some type of penalty. Forced labor comes in many different forms. You may have heard it referred to as modern-day slavery. One of the most common root causes of forced labor is the way workers are recruited and hired. This is because companies with complex supply chains often turn to labor brokers or agents to help them find the workers they need. Labor brokers can play a legitimate role in labor recruitment, but the system of labor brokerage lacks accountability and can be corrupt. Whenever companies or their suppliers or subcontractors outsource the work of hiring and recruiting workers, there is a risk of forced labor. Workers are often required to pay high fees, sometimes legal, sometimes illegal, to get jobs through brokers. The worker might borrow money to pay the fees, wagering that the debt will be easily paid off with the big salary the broker promises them. But what if the terms of employment, especially the pay,